Daniel Bornstein. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I moved out to California to attend law school in 1988. I graduated in 92 after taking 1 year off. And since approximately 1993, I've been practicing law with my brother, Jonathan Bornstein, in a boutique practice, law offices of Bornstein and Bornstein. We have offices in Oakland and in San Francisco, and 95% of the work that we do is representing real estate investors, owners, property management companies, brokers, real estate syndicates in managing their real estate investments. Our primary focus is in resolving landlord-tenant disputes, and of course, traditionally representing owners. And the bulk of our practice is actually unlawful detainer actions and managing disputes in jurisdictions that have rent control. And my hope is and expectation is that after you have completed this seminar, you have a well-rounded working knowledge of the eviction process, so that if in your real estate endeavors you do get into a dispute with a tenant, you know what to expect, you know what timing it will take, and you will simultaneously also know reasonably what the cost of engaging an attorney is. So hopefully I think you'll find this to be outstanding. If you're involved in real estate, if you're involved in renting property, you will have disputes, or you will have issues arise that you need at least a sounding board on to address the concerns you may have regarding your whenever you get an attorney who isn't familiar with this area, they tend to make more problems for you than it's worth. And you may have every right to seek the transition of a tenant from a premises, but if you didn't do the paperwork correctly, the court will never grant you the right to actually secure what's called a writ of possession in order to bring that to the sheriff to effectuate the eviction. The more you delay, the longer it's going to take, the more money you're going to lose. Is that if I talk to 10 agents in Oakland, I would say 9 of them don't have a working knowledge of what I'm going to inform you about. The first thing I'm going to ask myself is, when was the property built? There's eviction control and rent regulation. So the savvy investor may want rent-controlled, eviction-controlled units because they come at a price point that is suppressed because of the statute. You can be free from rent regulation. And again, if I talk to 10 real estate agents in Oakland, I would say 9 of them do not understand that nuance. My whole goal is to maximize value for my client, take into account the statutory regulatory environment, and making good decisions about the real estate investment. But if you didn't draft up the 3-day notice correctly, you lose your case. You will not complete your eviction action because you have a fatal flaw in your 3-day notice. What should you have done to complete proper service? Posted 3 notices on the door, mailed 3 envelopes addressed to each individual tenant. And that cat and mouse game is such an aggravating component to the landlord-tenant eviction process that you want to make sure everything's done perfectly. You can be serving your own notices, but if you really intend to effectuate an eviction, you've got to be very careful to make sure it's done correctly. So if you've got different properties in different jurisdictions, and some of those jurisdictions are subject to a local eviction ordinance, your notices have to be different. Because if a notice expires on the weekend, they get the following Monday to comply. If they don't pay on Monday, what can you do? File the eviction on Tuesday.
My name is Carol Rubello, and I'm from Union City, California, and I found this so much, there was so much information that I can't even begin to thank Daniel for his presentation. It was so wonderful. Yes, we do have an eviction issue that we were trying to address. It has been resolved, but I would have been so happy to have all this information before I went forward with it. My husband and I just discussed it, and we will definitely call him. He is a wealth of information. We would be so happy to have him in our corner.
My name is Marie, and I'm from San Leandro, and I came here because I wanted to be more informed of the eviction rules pertaining to Oakland, and it was so informative. I was so enlightened, and I feel empowered by this brief workshop, and I'm going to use the information that I've gained today. I would call him, definitely. If I ever had an issue with my tenants, especially particularly an eviction, I would definitely call him. Cool. Yes.